The book of Job describes this massive animal, but it is shrouded in mystery. Is it proof that giant dinosaurs lived with man? Why would God even create such a creature? Behold now Behemoth, which I made with thee. He eateth grass as an ox. His strength is in his lions, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. Job 40:15, 24, King James Version. Picture a mighty 7-ton African elephant charging toward you, trunk outstretched, eyes dilated, massive host, like legs pounding the earth. The ground shakes under your feet. A deafening trumpet blast pierces your ears, and there is nothing between you and him but flat grass. Your heart beats wildly. How do you escape? What do you do? This would certainly get the adrenaline flowing. The behemoth is a large animal mentioned in Job 40:15, 24 as God addresses Job. God's description of this animal focuses on its great size and strength in comparison to Job's smallness and human frailty. Modern language has picked up on the biblical description and uses the word behemoth to mean anything of monstrous size or power. The way the behemoth is described in Job 40 gives us the idea that this animal familiar to Job was an unstoppable, fearless creature. It's impossible to identify what species the behemoth is, but we do know this. The behemoth is a plant eater, Job 40:15, that lives near water, verses 21. It is at home even in a flooded, raging river, verse 23. The behemoth is very strong and muscular, verses 16, 18. In fact, it ranks first among the works of God, and only its creator can master it. The behemoth has a massive tail that sways like a cedar. Hunting the behemoth is futile because it cannot be captured. Some commentators identified the behemoth as a hippopotamus, a rhinoceros, or an elephant. However, the description of its cedar-like tail in Job 40:17 hardly fits the stubby or rope, like tails of those animals. Another theory is that Job 40 describes a type of dinosaur such as a diplodocus or an apatosaurus. Such sauropods were the largest of all land animals, 10 times heavier than elephants, were marsh-loving plant eaters, had tails like trees, and could truly be called kings of the animals. The Bible teaches that animals, which must have included behemoth, were created on the same day as man. Genesis 1:24-27, Job 40:15. We don't know when the dinosaurs became extinct, and it's scripturally possible that some still remained in Job's day, which was sometime between Genesis 11, the Tower of Babel, and Genesis 12, the call of Abraham. As Job sought to justify himself and demand an answer from God concerning his troubles, God shows up in the whirlwind, Job 38:1, and speaks directly to Job. In the end, it is God who does the questioning. Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me.
Where were you when I had the foundations of the earth? Have you ever in your days commanded the morning light? Where does light lie, or where does darkness reside? Can you lead out a constellation in its season? And of course, the correct response to all these questions is for Job to say, "No, I don't command the universe. I don't know the answer to any of these questions. No, I've only lived a short time."
To help Job remember his place in the world, God points him to two of the mightiest creatures, the behemoth on land and the Leviathan in the sea. These animals were incredibly powerful and frightening to behold. They were no one's pets, except for God's. The pride and glory of man paled in comparison to the dreadful, untamable strength of the Behemoth and the Leviathan. How much more humble is man in God's presence? And that's the point. Neither Job nor anyone else has the right to criticize God's work. The one who created Behemoth is worthy of our reverence, awe, and worship. Will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Let him who accuses God answer him. Job 42. The whole passage in Job 40 concerning Behemoth certainly suggests a large animal, and no known living animal fits the passage adequately for various reasons, including the detailed habitat presented. The most natural interpretation of the key clause Job is that the tail of Behemoth is compared to a cedar for its great size, and there is nothing in the context which contradicts this possibility, even though the exact sense of the verb is extremely difficult to determine. Consequently, the most reasonable interpretation, which also takes the whole passage into account, is that Behemoth was a large animal, now extinct, which had a large tail. Thus, some type of extinct dinosaur should still be considered a perfectly reasonable possibility, according to our present state of knowledge. And thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button for our latest video updates.